Thanks for all the great comments on Elle's chicken walking robot. We had a great time building it, and it was a bunch of fun. It did wind up being too heavy, and he got tired very quickly when we went out trick-or-treating. We had a bunch of fun running around in the yard in it, but when it came to the actual work of getting a candy, it turned out to be a little too heavy. Got some great comments on leg actuation, and I'll be going into that on the in the build video. And we also had a leg failure in the costume while trick-or-treating, and I'll talk about strategies on how to prevent that in the future. Anyway, if you've got some questions or comments that I don't answer in this video, drop me a line on YouTube, and I'll do my best to answer those. Thanks. The leg is built up just like yours, with the exception of with the knee bending. Instead of the knee bending forward, the knee bends backwards. You have a hip, a thigh, a shin, and a foot. And you'll notice that your knee bends forwards, this knee bends backwards. The pivot points are dowels. They're half-inch dowels, and I just took a half-inch drill bit and drilled all the way through the leg and ran these dowels in. They're anchored by hot glue, which looks pretty tacky close up, but from a distance you can't really even see it's there. The failure occurred right in this portion. I have two pieces of masonite that kind of were reinforcing the styrofoam, and I actually did not. There were two separate pieces on one side and then one long piece on the other side, and it broke where there were two separate pieces. It was unfortunate, but if you make that joint where it has two long pieces of masonite rather than three, it should hold, and it should hold very well. What you see here is the top view of the robot, and you can very easily tell the box-like structure, and it's just hot glued together using styrofoam that's been donated. The only exception to that are the two pieces of pink styrofoam, which are from a building supply store, and they were cut using a hot wire cutter from a hobby shop. This is pretty cool. What we did was we took a shoe and literally just screwed it down to a piece of plywood, and that allows you to really integrate the foot with the wearer's foot. So every time that the person lifts up their leg, what winds up happening is the foot of the robot lifts up and the leg automatically actuates. All of that, all the actuation is done entirely by the wearer.
Thank you for all those page views, those people that have watched Elle's Chicken Walking Robot, and the 5-star rating. Last time I checked, Elle's Chicken Walking Robot had 136,000 page views on it. But when I was in the robot, it felt uncomfortable to walk, so my dad had to make a few adjustments, like straightening up on some stuff. But sadly it broke. Don't forget to vote November 4th. It's coming up really fast.